Summer drawing to a close here in the Southeast. The roof is closed at the wondrous Mercedes-Benz Stadium due to the hot temps still outside here in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Atlanta Falcons. Just about
hope y'all enjoy.
Hope y'all enjoy. And we are underway from Atlanta. And this carries into the end zone. Oh, good move. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at this. Seventeen
10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Jackson.
22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Jackson's pass intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught. And takes it down deep into enemy territory.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the rookie linebacker, Patrick Queen. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20.
Let's get that swagger,
and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
And oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Here's Powell on the return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
36-yard line.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And following the pick 6, and they've decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
I don't think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him.
My bad, guys. I had to go do something, but I'm back.
They've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll roll him out right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
All right, guys. I'm Baltimore.
He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
So I'm winning right now.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
From the shotgun, Ryan eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 43 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. And there they got him the ball. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Here he lost the football. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, the 30.
Oh, we got plenty of fight, baby.
And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return.
Got the remote. Let's give him a show.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. Nice play. Loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. It's Calvin Ridley on the receiving end from Matt Ryan. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and now he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Jackson. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, A.J. Terrell. He violated a big time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
And they'll begin by running the option. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. The 20, 10, 5. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. He'll keep it himself. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Something we're seeing more of with a rise in the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. From the gun, it's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing on second and long. Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley doing it again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Brandon, we're not...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And a little floater there is incomplete.
The fake extra point.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when it was to try something from the 15 on the PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
16-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 84 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Justin Tucker.
And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. This is close. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Big extra point. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
1-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
The 40-yard line.
Ryan. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive.
he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Alan Bailey, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
18, Ravens 14.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Rolling to it, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incomplete. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're...
Look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away, let your defense take over with better field position.
This one caught by Ridley. A very solid gain of 27. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're...
There he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts, not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2, but I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself some to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Sliding out of the pocket. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 57 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. From the gun, Jackson, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll throw from the gun toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Throwing again. Ryan. He completes this to Russell Gage. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Matt Ryan now with 5 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
For the point after.
That's a... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Richter to kick off for
now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Now and loose football.
Recovered by the Falcons.
And that one is his 2nd fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Falcons will add on to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. A quick throw here that's complete. And he gets in. No one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Dennard. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he'll go down the number for getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And the crossing route complete. That's Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Recovered by the Falcons.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Coup now for the point after.
That was not a...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Dancing to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
To throw again. Ryan. Going to flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Todd Gurley. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys continue to pour it on. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
Good on the fake extra.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the posts. Come on, man. Put that in mothballs. Come on. Come on. Don't do that.
Put that in mothballs.
Yeah, preserve that for it. That's an ancient relic, faking it. I can understand you want to rub it in a little. You fake it when you snapped it from the 3. But from the 15, mothball that bad boy, just like my grandmother had.
Yeah,
in her attic, the stuff she used to preserve.
It smelled terrible. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. So we've reached, and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
22. Justin Tucker to kick off.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way, and he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the gun, Ryan out to his left. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Throwing again, Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. The play fake. Here's Ryan. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Again, Ryan. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And this is caught at the end. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Russell Gage, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Falcons add on.
In order to lead.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead, they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now Jackson on first down. Looking downfield for Dez. He's got him in. Complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Escapes the sack. In the And the pressure too great, and he goes down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, it winds up. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. The 20. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan able to connect with his top man, Julio Jones. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Lining up for the...
And this is obviously quite...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. From the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him.
Oh, this one's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they have been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light.
And here again, Ryan is intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Back to Brown, this time complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens turn that Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep them in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give him full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive.
And got his man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Play action. It's Ryan. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. From the gun, Ryan looking deep for Julio. And his pass is intercepted for the 3rd time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go? And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Try Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, 43 yards. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. He will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long.
For the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And now he's going to use his legs. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 79 yards. And the Ravens, they claw one back. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
The conversion is no good on the fake extra point. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over first and
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They go play action now. Ryan, he'll buy some time right. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the Pro Marcus Peters. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I...
It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Ravens are in for 6.
Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify it.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's what really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on him, and he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
They go play action with Ryan. And that is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Escaping the pressure right.
Going right back to Jones. This time the connection made.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, here we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football.
So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. Rolling to his right. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Patrick Queen able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Steps away. He may try and run for this. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. First down marker at the 5. It's second and goal. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll roll him out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Marquise Brown was the intended target. And it's third down.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. I lost, but thanks for watching in peace.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The quick feet by Jackson. And down to the 15. A big play there on the scramble. 43 yards.
43 yards. First down, Baltimore.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. One last shot for Jackson, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Alright guys, this game is part 2, part 3 coming really soon. Peace. like and subscribe,
Today's final
turn on
score,
post
Big
notifications.
offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.